Very pleased to welcome now Gwenola Robert, Chief Commercial Officer and After Sales at Aura Aero. Nice to have you here, Gwenola. Can you tell us what are the main features of Aera and maybe the latest updates?
Yes, a few features about the aircraft and maybe some performance characteristics as well. Maybe we can start with the number of passengers on the aircraft. We say that we are going to have 19 passengers, but we've been working a lot with our customers, and we've been developing several layouts for the aircraft, and it started at 8 passengers up to 19, and with many different configurations. This one are not electric, you noticed that?
No, it's not electric.
Okay.
Rafale. Not decarbonized, no. They're training for the air show tomorrow, right?
Yes, exactly. Well, the other important point with Aera is that the aircraft is going to be easily reconfigurable, which means that the residual value of the aircraft is going to be high. Because of that, you can change the configuration over the life of the aircraft. And the maximum range of the aircraft, that max takeoff weight, is going to be 900 nautical miles. Then this is a maximum. We know that the reality on the regional market is that typical routes are between 200 and 350, and the aircraft has been optimized for that. Now, if you need 900 miles, you have them. The aircraft, and that is a very important point, the aircraft is going to be stall, meaning that it's going to be able to land and take off on 800 meters long runway. That's important. Why? Because then you can fly and take off and land on a secondary airport, which is extremely important for the market we're tackling now. The max takeoff weight of the aircraft is going to be 8.6 tons. Why is it important? Because then the aircraft is going to be CS23 certified, and we're going to see that that's an important point as well. The service ceiling for the aircraft is 25,000 feet. Why is it interesting? Obviously, you can fly at a lower altitude, but when the weather is not ideal, you don't have to stay between what we say the rocks and the hard place. You can go above the clouds and fly there, and then fly safer. The max cruise speed is 300 knots, and a very important point for our customers is that the aircraft, and we just say that the aircraft is going to be single pilot capable, meaning that when, from a regulatory standpoint, you have to fly with 2 pilots, they're going to be on board. But when you can fly with only 1 pilot, you're going to fly with 1 pilot. Then this has a huge impact on your operational cost. The other important thing, and we saw exactly the opposite a few minutes ago, is noise. The aircraft is going to be far less noisy than traditional aircraft. Now, speaking about maintenance cost, that's as well a very important point for our customers. They're going to be reduced by 50% compared to commuters. How we do that? First, during the design phase, the aircraft has been designed with what we call the design-to-maintain approach, meaning that there will be accesses and doors to facilitate the maintenance. Some system has been simplified, and there will be no hydraulic. And beyond that, during the life of the aircraft, because each aircraft will have its own digital twin, that is really a solid ground for all predictive maintenance systems. And this reduces significantly the maintenance cost. Speaking about energy, we've seen that the aircraft is going to be very energy efficient, that there will be systems to manage the energy, and this is why we believe that the cost, I'm speaking about the cost of energy, will be reduced by 50% compared to the 19-seater that we see flying today. And then Speaking about energy again, the aircraft is going to be recharged. I mean, the batteries are going to be recharged in around 30 minutes. This means that the turnaround time of regional aircraft, which is in that area, and then the turnaround time for the ERA is not going to be impacted by the recharging of the batteries, which is an important point. And the turbo generators are going to be 100% SAF compatible. And then with these, the CO2 emission of ERA is going to be up to 80%, which is a massive one. Now, speaking about cabin, this is all going to be about comfort for passengers. Then less noise, obviously, and we know that passengers don't like noise. A stand-up cabin, 1.88 meters high, which is a very high cabin for an aircraft in that category. The cabin is going to be largest in this category as well. Pressurized aircraft with a front passenger door and a large cargo door to load all the luggage.
So if we went to summarize, Gwenola, in a word, why is the ERA so attractive to your clients, customers?
I think there is two main reasons, and we've seen that when speaking about with our customers, and we did it a lot. I think the first interest they see in the aircraft is that there have not been any new commuter, I mean clean sheet commuter in decades now. And the ERA is really a very modern aircraft. The fly-by-wire system is really a good example. And then they see great interest in that type of modern aircraft. The lower maintenance cost and operational cost are major element as well. Managing an airline means you have to take care of costs. There is another point which is very, very important, and we see that with in our discussions with airports, with airlines, with region, that there is a massive pressure. It's from passengers, it's from the general public, it's from politics on decarbonization.
Of course.
And we've seen ICAO in October, the European Commission in December. They have set the pace, aviation must decarbonize. And we've seen in different scenarios that the first aircraft were going to be truly low carbon are the one in the CS23 category. So this is why decarbonization starts here and now. And I think that our customer really understood that.
That's the perfect timing. Gwen, could you tell us a little bit more about the different types of operations you see for ERA?
Yes. Then again, it's all from the discussion we have with our customers. We see that ERA is really a versatile aircraft, and our customers are mainly on four different market segments. The first one is really the passengers. It's a typical commuter market and commercial operation. The second one is the executive flight market. The cargo market is an important one, and finally the spatial missions.